This meeting of the School Board of City of Virginia Beach is now in session. This is our formal meeting format. I ask my colleagues to acknowledge their presence on the voting board. And just a quick note, Mr. McDonald is absent this evening due to a work-related responsibility that he has to take care of. At this time, I ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence. Please rise as you are able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We will now proceed with our public awards and recognitions. Mrs. Manning.
For our first recognition, the first place winners, whom you are about to meet, had to prove that they not only had the academic knowledge, but also the hands-on skills to be the best in their field. Hence the name of the state competition where they won first place, Skills USA. It is also important to note that in addition to their home high schools, they took classes at the Advanced Technology Center where they learned the necessary skills for this competition. Let's meet the students. First, Tonya Arosh Agarzan, a 2017 graduate of Ocean Lakes High School who is enrolled in the ATC's modeling and simulation class. Tonya was part of a two-member team with Jesse Bobo, who unfortunately is not able to join us this evening. Their team competed in the Interactive Application and Video Game Development event, which tested their technical knowledge and programming skills, in addition to their abilities to identify as well as solve problems to create an interactive video game. Congratulations, Tonya. Our next honoree is Josh Rodriguez, who is also a 2017 graduate of Green Run High School and won first place in advertising design. In this event, Josh was given prompts to design advertising and marketing materials which required using his artistic skill and the latest graphic design technology. These might sound like skills that only industry professionals can master, but if you're a Digital Design 2 student at the ATC like Josh, these are simply competencies that you learn in class. He won first place in Virginia and then went on to nationals this past June, where he placed third in the nation in advertising design. Please join me in congratulating our two talented and award-winning honorees.
Our next awards are the Educators Rising National Competition. If a list of future teachers to watch existed, tonight's two honorees likely would be on it since they earned awards at the 2017 Educators Rising National Competition for Aspiring Teachers held in June. Let's meet them. Our first honoree is Christina Zenzayan, a 2017 graduate of Tallwood High School. Christina won first place in lesson planning and delivery at the state competition held earlier this year. Christina planned, taught, and recorded a video introducing fifth grade students to one of the Japanese alphabets, a language in which she even earned the biliteracy seal. She then advanced to the national competition where she submitted her lesson plan and video. There, the judges interviewed her about the choices she made for her lesson. According to her teacher advisor, 2017 Citywide Teacher of the Year, Jenna Free, the feedback from the judges was that Christina demonstrated mature reflections, relevant and complete justifications for instructional design, and student-centered methodology. The students Christina taught were so inspired by her that many of them signed up for exploratory Japanese next year in 6th grade. Our second honoree, unfortunately, could not join us this evening. we would like to congratulate Rising Kellam High School senior Nicole Finocchio. Nicole won first place at the state and second place at nationals in education administration careers after shadowing one of our principals, where she was able to get a glimpse of the challenging work that goes into a school administrator's day. Congratulations to both of our honorees.
You've just heard about the tremendous skills of our students. Now we would like to honor one of our talented employees, school bus driver Thomas Pittman. At the Virginia Association for Pupil Transportation statewide School Bus Road EO, held in June, Mr. Pittman won first place in the conventional bus competition. Bus drivers were judged for their safe completion of a series of events in accordance with the Virginia Department of Education's curriculum for school bus driver education. These events tested their skill, their knowledge in everything from leaving maneuvering clearance when backing up, steering a bus in a straight line in an area of diminishing width, or transitioning across tight spaces. One event tests parallel parking. Now that has to be quite an accomplishment, without touching a curb or a barrier. While another skill requires a driver to stop 2 inches or less from a designated line. Again, now that is skill. Congratulations, Mr. Pittman, a first place winner in the Virginia School Bus Road EO. Madam Chairwoman, this concludes our recognition for this evening. Honorees and guests, thank you for joining us.
Dr. Spence, we look forward to hearing the superintendent's report.
Thank you, and good evening, Madam Chairwoman and board members. It is with great pride that I begin my report tonight by announcing that, as you've no doubt heard by now, based on our preliminary SOL results, Virginia Beach City Public Schools is projected to be 100% fully accredited for the 2017-18 school year. So obviously, we think this is particularly exciting when you consider that our tests have become more rigorous than ever before. And frankly, it's very challenging to be fully accredited as a school and certainly as a division today. I'm very proud of our students, our staff, and our administrators who've all worked tirelessly to make this achievement a reality. And specifically, I would like to take a moment to applaud everyone at Bayside 6th grade campus, Bayside Middle School, Larkspur Middle School, SeaTac Elementary School, and Birdneck Elementary School, whose staff and students worked incredibly hard and passionately to push themselves as all 5 schools went from narrowly missing accreditation last year to full accreditation this year. Absolutely. So when thinking about how that happened, what I'd like to say is it is, again, through their commitment, but also through the targeted use of division resources, central office support, but most importantly, it is the result of our teachers and our administrators and our staff really knowing their individual students and knowing the obstacles and challenges that they face and knowing what they need and tapping into what inspires each of them to learn. At the end of the day, the relationships that our teachers and our administrators have with our students are at the heart of the work. And as we've experienced when we develop those relationships, success on SOLs happens, but more importantly, success happens in all aspects of learning. So again, congratulations to all those schools. Now, on to number 2. Getting full SOL accreditation does not happen overnight, and it doesn't happen from September to May. Obviously, a lot of work happens during the summer months as well. And this summer, we've had a host of programs that help our students build and those skills, keep them engaged in literacy and STEM work, and help them build as leaders in our community. Some of these include Summer Slide, Summer Jam, our STEM camps, our Star Talk program, Leadership Workshop, and our Diversity Ambassadors Workshop. And I'd really like to take a moment to thank all of our staff members who are taking part in these summer programs this year and have helped give our students these learning opportunities during this critical time. At number 3 this month, parents, please make sure to clear some time in your schedule this weekend to get some back-to-school shopping in. This weekend, August 4th through 6th, is the annual tax-free weekend in Virginia. During this 3-day sales tax holiday, shoppers can buy qualifying items, which do include school supplies, clothing, and footwear without paying a sales tax. So that's a great time for our parents to go out and get ready for the 2017-18 school year. And speaking of the upcoming school year, and at number 4, let me just use this opportunity to remind parents new to the city or parents of rising kindergartners that if you've not already done so, please make sure to register your child at your zone school for the upcoming year. And as a reminder, make sure you take care of all your child's necessary vaccinations, that they're up to date. And again, a reminder for our rising middle schoolers, that also includes the Tdap shot prior to the start of the school year. Finally, at number 5, I want to share with you the amazing time that we shared with all of our administrators last week at our annual administrators conference. Our theme was Be Amazing, a call for transformational leadership. It was held at Lansdowne High School, and close to 800 of our administrators, teachers, and staff members came together for 2 days, which really were filled with excellent speaker sessions and just time together as a VBCPS team. I'd like to just quickly acknowledge our Administrators Conference Planning Committee, who planned an incredible 2 days. And certainly in all of our celebration, planning, and work together, one of the highlights, again, was being able to share with our team the results of their hard work during the 2016-17 school year. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. That does complete my report.
Thank you for your report, Dr. Spence. On behalf of the school board, I would like to express our excitement about the division's projected 100% SOL accreditation. Each member of this board knows the magnitude of this accomplishment, and we understand the considerable work and effort it took to earn this status. Certainly, being 100% accredited supports Goal 1 of our strategic plan, Compass to 2020. We do have academic expectations for all children, and we are clearly providing them with the learning opportunities and resources they need to be successful. We want to thank our teachers, administrators, central office, support teams, and every member of the VBCPS staff for all that they have done and all that they continue to do to support students and student achievement throughout this city. And I cannot underscore enough how proud this board is of our nearly 68,000 students. We all know that SOL testing can be stressful, but our students demonstrated their grit and ability by rising to the challenge. As you indicated, SOL standards have become more and more rigorous over time, and the fact that our division is able to meet those increasing benchmarks is a testament to the strength of this division and the families of our community. Everyone in Virginia Beach values high-quality education that our young people receive. We are fortunate to have parents, partners in education, and community members who support our students and the work of our wonderfully dedicated employees. And tonight, the school board is proud to celebrate our projected SOL accreditation with the entire community. Dr. Spence, I hope you will pass on our appreciation and gratitude to our VBCPS staff and share our encouragement to keep up the good work. Madam Clerk, do we have any speakers on agenda items?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Next is the approval of the minutes of our last meeting. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our meeting on July 18th. The motion is made by Ms. Riggs and seconded by Ms. Melnick. The voting board is open. The minutes of the July 18th meeting have been approved. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda for this evening. The motion is made by Ms. Melnick. Ms. Melnick. Ms. Manning has seconded. The voting board is open. The agenda has been adopted. The consent agenda has 3 items. Item A has some religious exemptions, which we have all read. They were sent to us as part of our agenda packet. Item B is the Princess Anne Middle School demolition and recommendation of the general contractor. And item C is an adjustment to our meeting dates in the month of October. That was due to a conference that conflicts with our regular meeting dates, so we are making an adjustment of our meetings in October only to meet on the second and fourth Tuesday of that month. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Ms. Holtz has made the motion, seconded by Ms. Weems. The voting board is now open. The consent agenda has been adopted. We only have one item on our action part of the agenda, and it is the personnel report and administrative appointments. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the personnel report and administrative appointments. Ms. Manning has made the motion, seconded by Ms. McLeod. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the voting board is open. Personnel and administrative appointments have been approved. Dr. Spence, would you like to introduce our new administrators?
I certainly would. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. If I could ask Robin Backer to stand up. Robin will be a familiar face to many of you. She's served with distinction here in Virginia Beach City Public Schools as a teacher at Allenton Elementary School and assistant principal at Strawbridge Elementary School. She took a hiatus and went to Massachusetts for a little while, but decided she couldn't stand to be away from us, and so I'm really pleased that this evening you have approved our recommendation for her to serve as assistant principal at Kempsville Meadows Elementary School. Congratulations, Robin. And welcome back. If I could ask Leslie Lehner to please stand up. Leslie has served here in Virginia Beach with distinction as a teacher at Larkspur Middle School, Salem High School. Most recently, she's been serving as administrative assistant at Green Run High School. And this evening, I'm very pleased to note you've approved our recommendation for her to serve as assistant principal at Green Run High School. Congratulations, Leslie. Yeah. And I believe you have some guests with you.
I'm proud to present my mom, Patty Lehner, and friend Matt.
Thank you very much, both of you, for being here. And if I could ask Miranda Conover to please stand up. Miranda has served with distinction in Virginia Beach since 1999, her entire career at Lansdowne Middle School as a teacher and school improvement specialist. And as it turns out this evening, you've approved our recommendation for her to continue at Lansdowne Middle School as assistant principal. Congratulations. And I believe you have a guest with you. Thank you for being here. And finally, if I could ask Kelly Mason to please stand up. Dr. Mason has served with distinction also in Virginia Beach as a teacher at Kempsville Middle School, Kemps Landing Magnet, Lansdowne High School, and she's been an instructional specialist in the Department of Curriculum Instruction. She served as an assistant principal at Frank W. Cox High School, most recently as an assistant principal at Green Run High School. And this evening, I'm thrilled that you've approved our recommendation for her to serve as the new principal at Lynn Haven Middle School. Congratulations, Dr. Mason. And I think you also have some guests with you.
I have my husband, Dr. Richard Mason, my son, Richard Mason III, and then I also.
Thank you all for being here. Well, we appreciate all of you and your guests, and Madam Chairwoman, that concludes my.
Thank you, Dr. Spence. We do not have any information reports this evening, so the next part is standing committee reports. And I'm going to start with Ms. McLeod. I think you have several reports to give us.
I do. If I could first begin, Mr. McDonald couldn't be here this evening, so I'll step in for him and give a quick report for the Legislative Committee. Virginia Beach is very proud to have received communication from the Virginia School Board Association that the two recommendations that we made for legislation have been accepted by the VSBA and will be on their docket of legislative agenda items. And that had to do with dual enrollment and being affordable across the state for comparing and looking at and working with school boards to determine what is affordable for our students for dual enrollment. In addition to also it had to do with teacher preparation, and so they added it on to some current legislative positions already because it amended their position, but it added on, and so where we recommended that we have a statewide study to determine consistency in public college and university requirements for students seeking to become licensed teachers, and including best practices, knowledge, and skills sought by public school divisions. So I think that's going to be great communication to really help and make sure the colleges we're working together and making sure they know what we could use help with, so they already have some of the training they need. So that was very exciting to know they had accepted both of our recommendations, so well done, board.
All right, thank you.
And the other I'd like to do is just the Sister Cities International Conference was held here in July, just a few weeks ago, and I just want to, compliment the city of Virginia Beach. They did an amazing job in hosting 300 folks from around the world from sister city organizations. Quite a few came from Africa this year, and it was quite fun to go and spend time with all of the internationals that were around. That also included folks from the state. A lot of Virginia folks are able to come. When it's in your home state, you're more likely to be able to attend the convention itself. But that also included 90 students from around the world as well. And they had a youth leadership summit at Virginia Wesleyan College. It was extremely well attended. They actually were in such demand. They were only supposed to have 60 attend, but they bumped it up and allowed 90 to attend because they had that much of a demand for the conference. 15 of those students were from Hampton Roads, and quite a few of them from here in Virginia Beach Public Schools as well. I want to thank Rebecca Gurley from Tallwood High School with the Global Studies Academy there. She actually took that under her wing and provided guidance for SCI folks at Virginia Wesleyan and for that leadership summit. So we're extremely pleased. Additionally, for local companies, the Port of Virginia, Steel, and Virginia Maritime Association, who contributed as a sponsor to this event. So our locals really put forth a good effort. And then just all the volunteers who serve on the board of directors and who contributed to it. So it was extremely well done, and it was a good time for all. And Mrs. Holtz, would you like to add, because you attended as well?
Thank you. I also attended. I am the newly appointed school board liaison to Sister Cities, and Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Riggs, and I, so the school board was represented by 4 of us, so that was really great. A lot of people have asked me, because I've been talking about it, I was very excited about the new things I learned, and a lot of people didn't even know about it, so I explained to them that this convention is held every year. Last year it was in D.C., next year it will be in Texas, but this particular year we won the honor of having it here in Virginia Beach, so that was pretty special. The theme for this year is also Global Communities for World Peace. And going back a little bit into the history, in 1991, our city council adopted resolutions which reaffirmed Virginia Beach's sister city relationship and mutual understandings with the city of Moss, Norway. And we have now extended those, we have gained sister cities, and I believe now we have 6, okay. Well, thank you. But I also want to give kudos to Mrs. Ruth Frazier, who was our Virginia State Director. And you can imagine what a huge organizational effort this was. She, with volunteers and her crew, really made our city look very special. And Ms. McLeod has mentioned there were students there that had a separate meeting too, but there also was another thing going on. It was we hosted the Russian mayoral summit with our mayor, Will Sessoms. So that was special too. But also, I was surprised, Ms. Anderson and I went to, they had breakout sessions and, workshops that you could join. And we went into one really not knowing what to expect. And some of our local heroes there was Jim Wood on our city council, and also the battalion chief, John Keyes, who provided assistance and innovative management techniques, the latest techniques in firefighting, with some firefighters from our sister city in the Philippines. They had a video on it, and I had no idea that we were even doing that. It was just really amazing to see, and I don't think those people get enough credit for doing that. So, I don't know. We have it every year, and I hope somebody here will be attending it next year and bring back some information. But it was a wonderful experience, and I thank everybody who participated.
Thank you, Ms. Holtz. Are there any other standing committee reports? Mr. Edwards.
The ad hoc committee that was established by the board here in late June will be reporting on administrator compensation. We'll be reporting to the board at our next regular meeting with the potential for action in early September.
Okay, thank you. Madam, that concludes our formal part of our meeting. Madam Clerk, do we have any speakers on non-agenda items?